It is my firm conviction, through a historical analysis of the few years of Christianity in Nigeria, about 100 years, or a little more in most parts, that Christianity began to deteriorate and collapse in Nigeria the moment some Christian preachers and ministers, some of them Catholic priests, started telling the people, especially those who were suffering, that believing in Christ will bring breakthrough, miracles, and end of your sufferings.
A lot of people are starting to leave Christianity. A lot of young people in particular, young Nigerian, young Africans are starting to leave Christianity. Some are becoming atheists, some are becoming polytheists. So some of them are starting to explore spirituality. And I guarantee you, this trend is going to keep increasing. Reasons why, right? Before we go into the reasons why, let's talk about how Christianity got into Nigeria. To begin with, Christianity was brought to Nigeria by the Portuguese traders and slavers in the 15th century. So the history of this religion was already problematic. The faith was restricted to the coastal areas of the country of Nigeria. But the British colonialists in the 19th century, they were the ones that now spread the religion to various parts of Nigeria through the efforts of the missionaries and some emancipated slaves. But before the introduction of Christianity, there were other faiths like Islam. Nigeria had a religious belief system that focused on deep connections with ancestors, the physical and spiritual world, and community-specific deities. And today, many converts leaving Christianity face opposition at home. Many converts fear that they will have social stigma associated with traditional beliefs. That's many of those who are leaving Christianity and going to spirituality. Many communities view ancestors, divination, and spiritual rites with mistrust, and worshippers face discrimination with beliefs branded as pagan, they are demonic, or witchcraft. And this reflects colonial missionaries' influence, which portrayed the indigenous faith as archaic and spiritually perilous. However, these people stood firm. The African traditional religions, they stood firm. Despite all the demonization, they stood firm. And today, things are starting to change. Some people, they attend church on Sundays while they seek advice from a dibia or babalawo. Other times, they participate in both Christianity and traditional rituals. Naming ceremonies and funerals, you see a mixture of these religions. The adherents of traditional faith, they say that all religious divinity is captured in their pantheon, including the Christian God. And as a result, they blend Christianity with the indigenous practices, right? So, going forward, guys, brace yourselves. This religion is losing people. It's losing young people. The way the religion was brought to that country to begin with was already problematic. It was brought to you by people who brought you, goods, and people who were enslaving your own people. Then some other people calling themselves missionaries thought they were better than you. They thought that their religion would somehow make you better people because they thought that they were the good guys and you guys were the bad guys. So they thought, let's go and give them the religion. But no, turns out they were in fact the bad guys. The ones who brought you the religion were in fact the bad guys. Now, the article that I was reading is by Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera, they have done one second. So they have done some observations, and it says there is a dearth of data and research on this issue. And observers say that they have started noticing the trend since the early 2000s. Many attribute it to growing apathy towards Christianity, but some say pastors focusing on material wealth over spiritual well-being is the cause. Something that is contrary to Bible teachings is now leading people to consider alternative religious options. Your pastors are the problem. And now there is now observations and evidence to back it up that people are leaving. Well, let me know what you think about this trend. And I will keep on having conversations about this, but brace yourselves, guys. The Jesus religion, in fact, some people even do what you call Chrislam, combination of Christianity and Islam. I will talk about Chrislam another time, but let me know your thoughts, right? Are you one of those people who is a Christian and also practices the traditional worship? Or are you completely deconstructed, just like myself? Me, I have nothing to do with religion anymore. Me, I'm a free bird.